Chairman Allen.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman and committee members. For the record, my name is Ron Allen. I'm the chairman and CEO for the Jamestown S'Klallam Tribe. We're located on northwestern border, the northern border. So we're on the border of Canada. So we book in the country here at this conversation. So I spent a lot of time working with a number of different forums that address the subject matter of trust lands and natural resources, water rights, etc., with the National Congress of American Indians and a TBIC forum over in the BIA and a self-governance forum that I'm very actively been involved with since 1988. And so a number of our recommendations from my tribe is going to be relative to their perspective. I just want you to know that that we highly endorse their recommendations. They do a great job at NCAI as well as NIHB. We know that you heard from NIHB and some of our healthcare advocates this morning with regard to that matter, and we're just have a strong belief in what they've been promoting and advocating in the area of health care as well. I'm also, self-governance is a concept that is very important to this subject matter. And the reason it is important because it's about how tribes take control over our affairs. So to say the obvious to you, the amount of resources that the federal government provides the 573 Indian nations is somewhere in the neighborhood of $21 billion, give or take. The need for all the different programs that we try to address with our communities, from natural resources to health care to education and so forth, is probably north of $200 billion. So the question of the day is, the United States government is ever going to be able to bridge that gap? And I say the answer is a rhetorical question. The answer is no. So how do we get there? So that tribes can be on parity with America and have the same kinds of opportunities that we aspire throughout the country. And self-governance in our mind is it. But the United States government does have an obligation to be able to help us move that agenda forward. In our testimony, we referenced the Civil Rights Commission's report. They updated the 2003 report just this last year that talk about the broken promises, is the way they characterized it. And it talks about the unstable funding, the inconsistent funding, the deficit of resources to address our community needs. So whether it's natural resources or public safety, health care, education, and on down the line, it's a huge challenge for us, and it's a balancing act. In our opinion, self-governance allows us a lot more discretion as a government. It respects us as a government and allows us to make those choices based on the discretion and the priorities of our own community. So, for us, it works. So our testimony is advocating, as you have the control over the EPA funds. The EPA funds is critically important. We in the Northwest, like many of our tribes, whether the Southwest or Great Lakes, who work very hard on environmental protection matters. And so we use EPA funds in order to accomplish those objectives. Whether we're working on our rivers or whether we're working with communities and collaborating with agricultural communities, the timber industries, the municipalities and county governments, all who are managing growth and development, everything from stormwater to wastewater systems, et cetera, that all can have desecrating and diminishing impacts on our natural resources. For us in the Northwest, salmon is a big deal to us. It's a multi-billion-dollar industry. So we have advocated for a number of areas in here to try to make that happen. We know that you've been considering infrastructure considerations that the White House is, and we know that you've been deliberating on it. Infrastructure is as important to us as any place else, and it is relative to natural resource environmental issues as well. I'd be remiss if I didn't. I know I'm trying to focus in on natural resources and the complexities, whether for us it's finfish and shellfish, et cetera, in the Northwest. But in the economic side, which is really where we will generate our true tax base, our real revenue base for us to become independent. So loan guarantee programs, surety bonding guarantee programs that many people don't even think about it. So expanding that program, encouraging the BIA to move in that direction so our companies can get access to surety bonding to move those companies forward. So I will stop there. There's many things that are in here, and I appreciate you accepting our testimony for the record.
Thank you very much, Chairman Allen. I can tell you one thing, that there's nowhere you see more bipartisan agreement and less getting done than infrastructure in the 6 years I've been here. Everybody agrees it's a problem. Everybody knows how to address the problem, but we just can't seem to allocate the money to the problem. I'm not certainly not the Appropriations Committee. We would if we had something to a vehicle in which to put it in.
I'm glad you cleared up that was the Policy Committee.
Me too.
That's right. And no more editorializing on my part. Chairman Mike, please.